Hey, this ain't a drill. Only time I'm playing is on the field. And when I'm on the field, no, I got mad skills. And you know we bout to eat this a fast meal. Y'all gotta pay for this heat like a gas bill. We keep on coming back, so yeah, they mad still. Everyone sick, make them pay me some bad bills. Red, white, and blue like Superman, so you know we eating at the Super Bowl. Kill the competition, set up the funeral. Josh Allen catching all the shots you go for. We callin' blitz. Ready to start, we ain't calling no quits. I'm the #1 draft pick. A lot of y'all talk, but I ain't hearing it. Only listen to Keyshawn and talk about the Bills dominating on the field. All our players got them skills. Buffalo gon' make a kill when we talk about the Bills. Dominating on the field, and our players got them skills. Buffalo gon' make a kill.
What's going on? Welcome back to another live episode of the Post Podium Podcast, home of the all truth, no sodium takes. I am your co-host, Aramis.
40 keys.
Listen, I don't know how much I got for y'all today. In terms of rah for this game. Tommy, please don't say anything about Gabe Davis at all. I really,
it's okay. I will.
I need everybody to just severely decrease the amount of Gabe Davis conversation today, because
I'm going to say I'll talk about Gabe Davis because I have to.
You have to?
Have to.
You promised somebody you would?
No, I didn't promise I would. Anybody I would, but to make points, I have to.
Okay.
And, yeah. So I know somebody that'll be happy today.
Who's that?
I'll just say I think I'm back on X. Because last time I thought I was back on, I sent a direct message, and then when I went back to respond, it said, "Yeah, no, you're not." I said, "What?" So I think I'm back on this. I'll verify that later.
Wow.
But yeah. So right now, this is the quandary we're having right now. I will tell you, no, I'm coming for you, sir. That's what I was saying. But I'm in a little bit of a quandary. So you might see me looking at my phone a lot because I'm trying to figure out why my notes for the show are not sending from my new phone. Let me tell you about my phone today.
Oh God.
So
can you please just tell people what kind of phone it is first?
Not first.
What? Why?
I won't tell them.
Okay, fair. All right.
So this is okay. I'll give you the full story.
Mm-hmm.
The year was 2015.
That early?
No, I'm wrong. 2020. 2020.
Really?
The year was 2020. My first job, they got acquired by another company, and we lost our loyalty points.
Okay.
So we had to use them. So I said, "Dang, I got too many," but I said, "Fine, get me into some phones." Bet. Got these phones. The second time I got a free phone from my company, and like I said, 2020.
Mm-hmm.
So on Saturday, I texted you while we were dropping off some juice and milk to my mom.
Mm-hmm.
And I drop it. I'll come back outside. I'm like, where my phone at? We just came from when we were at the Waitman's. It's pouring down rain. I'm like, yo, it's probably done, but we got to find this phone. Went back to my mom. My mom went outside with her flashlight, couldn't find it. I was like, when I went to get Ken, went to look for it, couldn't find it. She just texted me on the way here, just so you know, I found your phone in the lawn. So
that joint done.
Oh yeah. So on Saturday, I was like, I don't even need a phone. She's like, yes, you do. You have a kid. I said, what's... I don't mean nothing to me, but no. I said, so we got a T-Mobile, and I'm like, okay, I need a new phone. They said, what happened? I said, well, and she said, well, you got the protection plan. We can go ahead and overnight you a replacement for the one you already have. Like, what? I said, but I said, wait a minute, I'm 41. Does that phone have a case? She said, we ain't got no cases for it. I said, I don't want that phone then. I got to upgrade.
Oh, my God.
So now I used to have an A52.
Oh, God.
Now I got an A36. A36, y'all. Yep. Read it and weep. I don't know what your beef is with an A36.
It's a
does
Samsung, right?
Yeah.
Is it a Samsung? Does it say Samsung on it?
When I turn it on and turn it off?
That's it? It don't say Samsung nowhere else on it?
Is it supposed to?
I mean, I'm just curious.
I don't think it's supposed to. I don't think my other ones did.
Okay.
I mean, it says Android, got the little green man on it, but
okay.
Yeah. So neither here nor there.
Well, my thing is
You want to clown me, y'all.
No, I don't want to clown you. That's not the point of this. My point is, like, you You have the means to have the best phone, and you choose the worst one.
This is not the worst one. They had a flip phone I was looking at.
Far the worst
They had
one.
a flip phone. I was like, wait,
one
that's a
step
flip.
away from a flip phone.
I said, that's a flip. I'm gonna get that.
Right.
Oh,
right.
Big T I ain't worthy.
Oh my God.
Hitting A 3 times to get to C. Oh man.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh,
this is what I'm talking about, people. that temptation right there. Like he and he's not playing. He would definitely enjoy that.
I would. I was thinking about it. I was definitely thinking about it.
Oh my gosh. No, that was good though.
So I'm tired of talking to you guys like this, but it has happened again. We lost another one. Kenny Easley. Hall of Fame safety named the Enforcer. Easily defined toughness and excellence. UCLA legend, 3-time All-American, first team All Pac-10 honors 4 times. Seattle Seahawks 1984 Defensive Player of the Year. 5-time Pro Bowler, 4-time first team All-Pro. NFL 1980s All-Decade Team. College Football's Hall of Fame 1991. Pro Football Hall of Fame 2017. Legacy Seahawks retired his number 45. UCLA retired as number 5. Easily with fearless play and leadership made him one of football's most unforgettable safeties.
I don't.
That is 66.
I don't know anything about Kenny Easley.
You gotta do your research.
To be perfectly honest, why?
Because
literally just to learn about Kenny. No disrespect to Kenny Easley, but just do research just to look for old guys that might be going sometime soon.
I'll be doing research. Tommy said he missed next to a phone. It's a chirp tree.
I always wanted one of those.
Kevin wanted a flip phone. I had one of those chirps.
I forgot. So the day I got one was like literally 6 days removed from when people stopped using that function. Literally, like it like so you used to be able to just click on a name and hit the chirp button, whatever, and you connect right to them.
Yep.
Well, this one, like the new function they put on there after people stopped using it was you had to call them and then leave the phone going, and then you can chirp them with or whatever. Like you can close the phone and just chirp them whenever, but the line had to be open. The signal had to be open the whole time, which means you couldn't get no phone call, no other phone calls, or nothing. Sweat said you got a Temu Samsung.
I do.
He proud of it, boy. Proud of it.
Well, I mean, what I need all this other stuff for? I need other doodads for what?
I get it.
I mean, you gonna text somebody? You know, I don't call nobody, so I got to text somebody, and you know, I might need to look something up. I could do that. It's all good.
Yeah,
it works.
You know who you remind me of, bro?
Who's uncle?
Sean McDermott. You remind me of Sean McDermott.
I just got those glasses. I got to get those glasses.
I know. That's what I'm saying. No, I'm kidding. Like the only reason I say that though, is in all seriousness, is so this is kind of what stuck out to me about the game, and it was really nothing about the game. To me, this win was the same. I came away with the same feeling as I did, with the win against the Chiefs, where you see a team play extremely well, and it's like, okay, let's see it again. I need to know if there's going to be some continuity to this. And then we got the Dolphins game, because so then it was like, all right, well, I was right, So now we've seen an elite, or what looks like an elite passing game, and an explosive passing game, and a bunch of weapons, and they had like 5 receivers with
over 20 yards.
Yeah. So that's nice. You know what I'm saying? But context is everything, and the context of this game was Jamel Dean went down, and they had to change up their coverage, and they had to put a rookie out there that they didn't really trust, and so they had to protect him. And what else did that cause them to do? They had to stop blitzing in order to play the kind of coverages they want. They don't get pressure with their 4.
I thought it was hilarious how they played. I mean, they ran so much man, it wasn't funny. So much single high, it wasn't funny. And what that does, it opens up the field for anybody. But also the fact that they blitzed on 50, I think it was 52% of their snaps, but they only got the Josh twice.
Yeah.
That's how you die right there. If you blitz that much, that means a lot of stuff is wide open. They knew. And correct me if I'm wrong. They went and looked for James Cook. They wanted James Cook. They said that's how they're going to beat us, and we're going to stop it.
Yep.
And you know why that was so bad for the Bills yesterday? How many yards do you think James Cook averaged before contact?
Oh, he had to be -2.
.46 yards before contact. He averaged 3 yards a carry.
So
he was at 2.54 yards per carry after contact. After contact.
Wow. And he stands what, 7 yards from line of scrimmage most times?
That's about right. We ran 12 rushes out of under center looks. We ran 8 out of the shotgun and 3 out of the pistol, which is good because the pistol was the quarterback powers.
Mm-hmm.
The second Josh Allen touchdown, not the one where Reggie Gilliam chest passed Josh Allen to the end zone. I mean, he launched him into the end zone. It was egregious. How I was like, "Are you mad at him, sir?
Don't overthrow me again."
Right.
Right.
Hey.
Let's say what's up to the people. Keith, what up? Daquan, what up? Laura, what up? Roy, what up? Scruffy. I don't know why I love that name so much. Scruffy Nerf Herder. What's going on? Tommy, what up? No Bones, what up? Billy D, what up? Who else we got in here? Kev, what up? Let me see. Sean, what up? What up? Sean pausing us.
Okay, that's all right.
Yeah, thank you. You'll be missed. I promise that. Zuzu, I ain't seen you in a minute. What's going on? Who else? And we got Daniel producing, of course.
And Laura's in the building.
I didn't say Laura.
You may have. You may have. I was too busy looking at my Temu Samsung.
Yeah, that's accurate. So yes, Keith says that was everybody East with less garbage plays. Maybe.
You know what rubbed me the wrong way about that game yesterday though?
What?
I had an argument with my friend, the one I always argue with, about Mecole Hardman. He said, "See, Key, that's the speed we're looking for." I said, "What?" I said, "Family, we have Elijah Moore. He's faster. Curtis Samuel is faster. Khalil Shakir is a 4.42. We had plenty of speed. All you had to do was throw the ball that way. That's all you had to do was throw it that way."
The fact that Shakir had one catch from minus 3
yards
tells you how important having roles on the team is.
Yep.
That tells you right there. This idea of having roles on the team, and it's going to sound like we're really hating on the team, and it's going to sound like they lost. I get it. But this idea of having roles on the team, you saw what it looked like yesterday when you just let Josh play the game he loves to play so much and put guys in a position to get, like, there were a lot of plays called in that game where guys were schemed open.
Say it again.
There were a lot of plays in that game where guys were schemed open. That wheel route play, that's a scheme to get guys open, especially against cover. I think it was cover 2. They worked that out against too. So
you talking about the one to Cook or the one
Shavers?
Okay, Shavers, yeah.
Right.
Oh, the deep boy.
Yeah.
You said I wasn't even supposed to do that.
Right. Right. So, but again, when you have a quarterback that is beating the blitz because he's allowed to play from shotgun, to be clear, they ran more shotgun plays. Or they ran more plays out of the shotgun yesterday than they had done all season long.
Wasn't a lot of play action either.
They had like what, 2 or 3 play action plays that I remember seeing.
Yeah, I think it was something like 12% or something like that. Something low, really low.
Right. But again, that is the game that Josh loves to play. It's line up in shotgun. I mean, James Cook is not a guy that you have to worry about running out of shotgun. He's a guy that can absolutely do that. And with the zone reads and stuff that you do on the offensive line in your run blocking schemes, that's fine. My answer to my comment on that would be keep freaking doing it because it's working. And
I mean, just to interject right there, the wheel route that he missed on Shakir, that would have been a big gain too.
Yes,
that would have been a huge gain. So I mean, was it a perfect game for Josh? Of course not. But I will take the majority of that, because it's you can see it working where he's throwing the ball to Ty Johnson to Cook and that's the dynamic that Tampa Bay didn't expect. Nobody that plays us, prior to this game would have expected us to throw to 125 yards to our running backs.
Oh, that hurt. Oh, Lindsay, I'm so sorry.
Well, how much did you put on it? Because I know Lot Rain would probably feel was that. Yeah.
Man, to win 4,800.
Yeah.
She had to put a grip down.
I mean, I still
She
would have
had
got.
to.
I still would have got the same phone, but
Oh God, I hate you so much.
I got a case too.
Nate said passing the himbo with a linebacker on him. What a novel idea!
Oh wait, spin. I know you were thinking about me, weren't you? I know you were. Because it went over Cook's shoulder, and you were like, "Drop it, drop." Oh,
it
for the
wasn't even over
keys.
the shoulder. It was over the head. He was like this. He was like this.
He was like, "I'm feeling it."
Right in the basket.
Right in the basket.
Man,
It can be done. And I mean, take it. He still got 100 yards of scrimmage yardage, so I'm good with that. I don't really. I mean, honestly, none of this matters to his money. I'm just glad we got him for 4 more years. I'm just glad about that. The rest of it is academic. If Brian Dable came back, we'll just say James Cook would not be James Cook anymore because we know what that offense is, and I would be fine with that because that's a weapon that people got to worry about.
Yeah. I think ultimately, what we saw on offense, we have to what?
Wait, do you see that?
2 years ago, I did a 20 leg parlay, bro. $10 to win $275,000. I was one game short. Oh, ooh, your nuts was sore after that game. Ooh. You ever see that video of the Asian dudes just hitting himself in the nuts and kicking each other? Like that's what that had to feel like.
It's over.
That's
and over
what that had to. Oh my gosh, oh man.
I wouldn't even came outside.
Oh, you only bet $25. Okay.
All right. I knew it wouldn't. For 11 legs, see, Lot Rain would be able to tell you. She'd be like, yeah, she put down $25.13, and that's gonna get because she always sends me what she like her parlays and stuff like that.
She bets a lot.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
And she's pretty good at it, but I just don't have the confidence, obviously, because you just caught me cheap. It's true. I'm like, I'll have it built up. I'll be like, yo, there's my parlay.
The proper word is frugal.
I'll take that too.
There you go.
I'll be like, I could do something else with that money. Let me erase all this. Never mind. But yeah, no, I think yesterday the game, and I was curious how you're going to attack it because I know Josh had a big game, but I thought about yesterday's game the way you thought about the Kansas City game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I thought about that game that way, but I saw it finally.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yesterday, we've seen this before. We just haven't seen it without Steph Diggs.
Mm-hmm.
So we've seen it, and now I'm thinking, how do we follow this up? You know, that's the thing. How do we follow this up? Everybody's like, oh man, you know, Keon Coleman, him not playing was everything. Well, guess who else didn't play? Josh's number one target.
Right.
Dalton Kincaid didn't play. So do we not need him either?
Right.
Is that how this works? So I mean,
for all intents and purposes, did Shakir really play?
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Our three most notable players. I say notable because Keon Coleman is not one of the best ones right now, but you know everybody knows about him for bad or worse.
Right.
So it's like okay, we're looking at a team where we played Joshua Palmer and who was it? Curtis Samuel. They had 4 kids on 8 targets for what 35 yards.
Mm-hmm.
That's revolutionary. Our boy Gabe Davis. Now this is where I said I had to mention Gabe Davis because Gabe Davis clearly has the trust of Josh Allen.
Okay.
Clearly, Josh Allen likes him. So for that very reason, whatever. I still need a wide receiver on the other side, but
we got one.
I don't think they know that though.
He's wearing number 14. Like they need to really give that some thought because I mean the man continues to make plays. I don't know where the lack of trust or because Sean said this in the press conference, like he's needed at special teams as well, right? And Sean's thought process is, well, we pull Shavers off of special teams to get him more reps on offense. Who's going to fill that spot on special teams?
Who cares? Kick the ball in the end zone.
My answer would be, who the cares? Yep. Get that man the ball. Like you got a wide receiver on your team that can figure out, oh, based on what I'm seeing right here, let me just keep going straight. And here comes a deep ball to me, and it's not on target. Oh, by the way, I got to fall to a knee at an angle, and I'm still going to catch it with my hands? Like, what other receiver on this team is doing that? Not Gabe Davis.
It was a nice catch.
It was a very nice catch.
That drop he had, I'm like,
yeah,
there's Gabe.
That's your touchdown.
There's Gabe.
And then Josh is trying to be nice. I threw it a little too hard. No, you put it right where it was supposed to be, and he just didn't.
Be that as it may, you probably did throw it hard because that's what you do. However,
he's caught passes from you very hard before. He needs to be.
He can catch that.
Exactly.
He can catch that.
So, but yeah. So I guess while we're on Shavers, I think Shavers and Bishop are the two bright spots in this game for me. Not that there needs to be bright spots and dark spots.
Can I just jump in on the Bishop train and just say, I told y'all get rap out of there and look what happens.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
No, that's exactly. I'm so serious. You right on, bro, because that's exactly where I was going with it. Like, this is he came in as an athletic safety, right? And even though Jim Mona said a lot of people think of him as a linebacker, we saw the potential in the AFC Championship game when he had to pick over Xavier Worthy. So seeing that, it was like, okay, maybe he just needs to be put in a position to have his role fit his skill set. And we started off saying that all season long. Like, he sucks, but the guy next to him sucks worse. So if it's the same as playing on the offensive line. Like, I'm of the mindset that the whole skirmish on the sideline between Deion Dawkins and Edwards was about Edwards playing like trash.
Well, my thought too. I was thinking, did Edwards say something to Dawkins about the false starts? Because he had two of them.
Yeah.
And be that as it may,
Edwards ain't got no right to say nothing to nobody. I'm sorry. There's no way.
He's in the leadership council, I'm sure.
How?
I don't know. Be that as it may. Now, I don't know about you, but there's one person out there that I would not want to fight.
Who?
Spencer Brown. I don't know why. It's something about Spencer. Like, it just feel like he could tear me in half.
Nah.
I'm not worried about Dawkins. I'm not worried about Edwards. I'm not worried about McGovern. I'm not worried. But when you talk about somebody that's fast, very strong, athletic, and I have a story.
Okay.
I'm not gonna give names because my dad would kill me. However, my dad was in
Is it your dad's name?
He's in the story.
Okay.
Which is safe.
Okay.
So, my dad from Mississippi was in his city was a big time basketball player. Big time. And back then, this is the 60s. You know how that goes in Mississippi in the 60s. Color lines, strict color lines. And I guess he was outside playing pickup basketball one day.
Mm-hmm.
And, the white side of town comes down to the courts and they play whites versus blacks. No problem. So I guess this one of the white guys hit my dad too hard. He got pissed off. See, my dad was 6'5", like 175 pounds, 180 maybe.
Oh, he was a stick figure.
Oh, he was a stick figure. But he was a center. He was athletic. So he hauls off and he pushes the guy back. Mind you, this guy played for the high school football team. Mm-hmm. And the guy doesn't move. So now he hits my dad again, and my dad gets mad. He just punched him in the face. Punched him dead in his face. He said, I knew I got him. He said, when the dust cleared, I looked up and he was still standing there looking at me. He said, you weren't mad at me, were you? The dude said this to my dad. My dad's like, nope. Now, I will go on to say that this dude actually did end up playing for the Bills. But I'm not, if you really want to try to figure it out, you can. I'm not telling you who it is, so don't even ask me on the DL, nothing like that. You wouldn't know anyway, more than likely. But
it was Kent Hall.
No, it wasn't. My dad's way too old for that. But no, it wasn't Kent Hall. But good guess. I think he's from Mississippi, isn't he?
I have no idea, bro. I just threw a name out.
That was nice. Kent Hall's too nice to do that. But the reason why I tell that story is because I think about Spencer Brown like that. He's like from Iowa to the 7-on-7 football, and just like when you see him, he's not really big, but I know he benches 500 pounds and he does this other stuff. And he's just ridiculously probably doesn't know his own strength.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to take a hit from that dude. So if he say, okay, sit down and shut the hell up, I got you.
All I got to do is get low. I know he can't bend over.
That's true.
He can't bend at the knees. So all I got to do is get low.
See, we're just saying height. So that
yeah, you can't do that.
It's going to take a little bit for me.
I'm going to fight like a straight Wolverine. Boy, I'm going at the ankles, man. That's right. You 6'8"? All right, I know exactly where I'm going. Yeah?
Right here.
Right at the kneecaps, bro. Yep. You ain't going to be able to walk after you fight me. Oh my
But
god!
yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut your story about I think it was Deion Dawkins and Spencer and
No.
David Edwards.
I was only so my to finish my initial thought. The bright spots for this team. I mean, look, for what we wanted to see out of Keon Coleman, Shavers has been there showing you game in and game out, and he just does not get the opportunities. And I do think that there's a level of we need this pick to work out that would explain why Keon Coleman was on the field as much as he was. And I don't think that the team is really in a position where they can afford missing on a guy like Keon Coleman. They can't, not only can they not afford missing, they can't afford the perception of missing because of what just happened with Kyrie Elam, right? But for all of you who are saying, cut him, get rid of him, even if Sean wanted to, they're not going to do that, because if they didn't do it for Kyrie Elam, they're damn sure not going to do it for Keon Coleman, who's a second round pick and is getting paid less than what Kyrie Elam was getting paid. So what they'll probably do is start putting Keon Coleman on special teams and trying to teach him that in the offseason. And that's just where you're going to be, my man. If you make the team, cool. If that has to be your role going forward, then that's what it's going to be. And they'll just let him kind of fade into the background the same way they did for Elam. But this isn't going to be a situation where, they're going to try to get as much as they can for Coleman right now and try to, still get a win out of a bad situation. They haven't done that before with really any player that they've drafted, unless they just flat out let him go for nothing, which is stupid on 4 or 5 different levels. But that's what it is. I like that you started this comment because I wanted to get to that too. But
Nate made me laugh because he said as much as Keys doesn't like Josh, he dislikes Shavers more. What did I say about Shavers? What did I do?
We both been crying for Shavers to get the ball.
I thought Shavers should play.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like this comment that I put it up on the screen, but do it again. Yeah. People cry about Allen without wide receivers, yet Mahomes and the Chiefs sitting at 5-5 with a good wide receiver core and a solid defense. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, this Papa, I don't know if you even share my sentiment on this, but what makes a good receiving core? A good receiving core is the ability for the quarterback to use them. If a quarterback can use the receiving core, I'd be damn about their Pro Bowls. I'd be damn about their all pros. If Josh Allen can be the best Josh Allen he can be with Tyrell Shavers, with Elijah Moore, whoever's out there, fine. None of those guys individually is worth a nickel, almost, if you will. But together with this quarterback and the scheme, if that's what you want to run it, and they do it again and again and again, it's a good wide receiving core. It just doesn't have a name. It doesn't have household names.
Right. Yeah. I would say this to that. I think it's more about the schedule than anything else. The Chiefs are playing one of the hardest schedules in the NFL. They're probably like top 5 hardest schedules right now, whereas the Bills, I think, have the 3rd easiest schedule in the league right now. I know it's no higher than the 6th easiest schedule in the league right now. Or no lower, I should say, no lower than the 6th easiest schedule in the NFL. And when you play, a schedule that easy, you're probably not running the risk of facing a lot of, top end defenses like the Chiefs have to play, one more time. They got the Broncos coming to Kansas City in a few weeks too. So the hardest defenses that we faced this season have been the Saints and the Patriots. Those are the 2 best defenses that we faced. The best defense in the NFL. We play them this Thursday. So we'll see what this team and this offense and this quarterback and this receiving core looks like then. And I think that would probably be a better way to judge and compare the 2 teams. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm with you in terms of the Chiefs not looking great at all against the Broncos. Most offenses don't look that great against the Broncos. So if the Bills go into Houston and they don't look great against Houston, well, we have no right to really say anything about the Chiefs because we haven't shown an ability to do it. And let's not lose perspective again on this game. Jamel Dean, the team's best corner, got hurt very early in the game. and it changed how the team had to play coverage, which opened some things up. And the first 5 series of the game, the Bills looked like they were struggling to move the ball. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that chest pass had me I almost threw Ken.
Really?
That chest pass, the interception catch. I said, what the I said, oh. Now, mind you, yesterday, I don't know what's going on in my world. I'm getting old, I guess. I don't know, but shut up. But you just want to say, but no, like I'm in the bed. I'm like, okay, cool. My alarm goes off, and I'm like, whatever. I thought the game was at 4. I don't know why I thought the game was at 4:25. So she's like, are you not going to watch the game? I said, yeah, why? She said, it's when I said the game's at 4. She's like, my phone says it's in the first quarter. But I'm like, nah, that can't be right. It's like, it's on TV. So I had to hop up and I get in there. I think 3 or 4 plays after this happens, he throws the chest pass. I was like, this again? Because now Josh has 9 interceptions. I think he had 6 last year, something like that, 4 last year. And I'm like, oh man, this is how we're gonna do this. And I don't mind the ones that he's tried like the Dawson Knox one. It's
the only guy he had open at that.
No, there was somebody else open on that one. I think it was because they were talking
down the right sideline. You talking about?
Nothing. I don't want to pull it up, but okay. I because they were talking about it on the radio. There was somebody that was wide open, like maybe it was a Ty Johnson or somebody. I don't know.
Okay.
I honestly didn't look at the play again, but I know where he was going. That was a gunslinger. That was a gunslinger.
Tommy said he had Ty Johnson.
Okay. That was a gunslinger that I'm like, just do it. But see, when you see what he did after that, it makes it better. He had a bad first half, a better first half than he's been having, but it still wasn't a good first half. Then in the second half, he started to ramp it up. If you notice, he had his best games. We don't have yak yardage. We didn't have a lot of yak yardage. His best games under Dayball. There was no yak. Remember I used to yell, "Where's the yak?" Yeah. Josh is all world. But now we're doing all this short dink and dunk. Khalil Shakir, go make something happen. He's immortal now. So the thing we have to really evaluate going forward is what kind of offense do we really value, and what do we need to get it done?
Yeah. Oh, really? I didn't know this. Independent Aquaman says the FBI has spent the past few years investigating the NBA, NCAA, MLB, NFL, and other pro leagues in the USA regarding the NFL for this season. They've looked into the Chiefs' cheat win versus the Lions and the Eagles. Interesting. Very interesting.
But Jamar got suspended for spitting on whoever it was.
Jamar Chase. Yeah.
That was out there.
Yeah, you can't lose your
saliva.
I guess if that's hey, listen, I was just talking to the guy and I lost my saliva.
I got a list. I got Invisalign.
Aaron Rodgers has not been diagnosed yet, as far as I know, Lindsay.
No, they say it could possibly be a small fracture, but that doesn't mean out for the season unless you're making fun of my age, Lindsay. I don't know, because Aaron Rodgers is 42, and you said I can't handle a small fracture.
No, I watched an interview on Colin Cowherd today of I think it was Matt Hasselbeck talking about how he had the same injury, and he mentioned that Marshawn Lynch told him what Aaron Rodgers did at Cal because he played with Aaron Rodgers at Cal, and he said Aaron Rodgers had that same type of injury in college, and all he did was cast it up during the week, and then during the game he just handed the ball off with his right hand.
Yep.
So the good thing is, the injury is not on his throwing hand, which means if he needed to, he could still play. It'd be painful, but he's done it before. So I don't imagine him being out at all, really, if that's what it is, because he's dealt with it before. At 40, it might be a little different, than it was in his 20s, but he's a big boy. He can deal with it.
Speaking of which, did anybody else find it weird that Bosa had a full club last week, but this week he had like a small wrist brace?
Who?
Bosa. He had that full club last week.
Yeah.
Which means something was really wrong with it. And then the next week you're like, just give me a small wrist brace. I'm good.
It's those creams and pills, man.
Evidently,
creams and pills, man.
Don't let them catch you. Someone say, don't let them catch you.
That's right.
Juices and berries.
He needed to earn it just for one good season.
They must have sent Dr. Sebi's descendants or something.
That's probably what it is.
Yes.
Change your diet, change your life.
Mm-hmm.
Lynn, what are you talking about, bro? He says, sorry, Aramis. Every team has to face injury situation. Look at our bills for Christmas sakes.
Christmas sakes.
I gotta start using that from now
I think he
on.
meant Christ. He must be on his phone.
No, I like Christmas sakes better.
I do.
No, but I'm not sure what that's referring to, but I think we have to allow Josh to dictate more. And when I say we, I mean obviously, Sean McDermott and his staff. I did notice though during the game, and tell me if you noticed this too. It did seem like Josh was becoming more assertive with, "Hey, get me the play, give me the play, give me the play, give me the play, give me the play, get it in here so that I can get this play out to the guys."
That reminds me of that. Who was that? Was that Stafford? He was like, "Okay, we got right in line with okay." He's still talking.
Oh my God, he's still going.
Okay, I got it. We got. Oh, he's still talking.
yeah. And like you could see him very noticeably, like a lot after what.
Right. Somebody, I'm gonna call some. You ain't gonna like it.
Yeah, but again, if this was Shedeur Sanders or something like that out there doing that. Oh, why is he being such a diva? Why is he? But when Josh does it, nobody says anything, right? So just to kind of bring out the dichotomy or the hypocrisy in a sense that kind of exists with our perceptions on certain players. But I did notice that Josh is doing that, and I it sounds silly after what I just said, but I was actually pleasantly surprised by it. Because that means you have a quarterback that's willing to assert himself in at least a smaller fashion now. You know what I'm saying? And the other part of this was when you look at Josh in the post-game presser, I don't think I've ever seen him that chipper this season after a win. Like, literally, like he was a completely different person after.
Yeah, because he's like, I effed his game plan. Yeah, that was mine.
Yeah.
I mean, alert. Every time he's like, nah, we're not doing that.
Right.
But that's what I'm looking for. That's the anger that I want to see. I don't need him to get angry and speak out. Run the team. Run the freaking team. And that's what I want to see. I want to see you run the team. I don't care about anything else because this is your squad. They move as you move.
Yeah. Protect systems. It's nothing personal against you. I'm refusing to answer any questions or comments about Gabe Davis at this point in time.
I'll do it.
Key, you are more than welcome to.
I got you. My thoughts on Gabe Davis. I said, why the hell's 13 on the field at first? But then I was like, oh, wait a minute. Josh seems happier with Gabe. It seems like Josh is like, I know this guy. So to me, it was almost like that your favorite pair of drawers, your safety blanket. He's like, I tell these stories all the time, and I'm not going to tell the story. It's actually just a liking to in the Jackson Family movie. If anybody saw it, when they left Motown, Jermaine stayed with Berry Gordy, and they put Randy in the group. Michael Jackson said, "It's not the same." He said, "I look to the left, and Jermaine's always been there. He's always been there. Now what do I do?" Randy like, "I'll be right there." He like, "No, you're not the same. This is Michael Jackson. You're not the same. I'm used to this thing. You don't have to even be good. Nobody cares about Jermaine. To this day, nobody likes Jermaine. Yeah. But it's just the fact that your star person needs this assurance. And if Gabe Davis is going to be that assurance on the team, as long as he's not being fed the ball and some crap that we don't need him to be fed the ball, let him be out there and be a safety blanket. Right. Because if he can figure out how to run a choice route, also the good. Just he's not going to be your number one guy. He's not the savior. He's not going to fix everything. Now, Miko Hartman is not going to fix everything. This is going to be scheme dependent going forward. Don't think that we have some out there that can just take over a game.
Thank you. Which brings me to this next point here for Lynn and Daquan. And this is nothing personal against you guys either, but there's a lot of people today saying, a lot of negative things about Keon Coleman, and they're seeing Gabe Davis in the game he had and how the offense looked. And they're saying to themselves and to a lot of other people publicly that it was Keon that was holding this offense
Yeah,
back.
I don't get that at all.
There is not one route that was run in this game by any receiver that Keon Coleman could not run.
There was, like I just told you, there's two guys that added up to a Keon Coleman's game. Two guys, Palmer and who was it? The other guy, Palmer and dang it, I don't remember now. Palmer and who was the other guy I mentioned that was like they went 4 for 8 for like 37 yards. It was Palmer and
Samuel.
Okay.
Yep.
So I mean, we're acting like he drops balls. We're acting like all these things. No, they didn't throw the balls to anybody else. They throw to him. He doesn't have to get the ball. Guess what? If your offense is creative, he can be out there doing whatever he wants. Let him take the top off the defense.
Exactly.
And don't throw it. Let Samuel come underneath. Let Khalil Shakir actually do something past -3 yards on the field. You don't have to throw him the ball because he's on the field. Mm-hmm. But people know he could do stuff, especially the closer he gets in the end zone. So yeah, Hartman got benched. Well, he says Sal Capaccio asked him, and he said, "No, I ain't get benched. I got hurt." Yeah, we know.
Yeah, sure.
You got hurt right after you fumbled the ball, huh? Your hamstring made you drop.
Yeah,
man.
Hey, McCole. Hey, your calf look a little swollen, bro.
They're like, yo, I know if your hamstring wasn't inflamed, you would have kept that ball. So this is my man giving me ish. Okay, this dude he texted me further about Hartman being the speed demon that we needed. He said, "I told you, Key, we need speed." I said, anyway. Then he says, I said, yeah. He made it different than fumbling a punt. He said, "Key, it was cold and it was windy." I'm like, so the wind punched the ball out of his hands after he caught it and started running? Is that what happened? The wind just said, and he just got, okay.
I don't know. No bones. Keon is not a cut candidate. He's not. Listen, when I talk about Shavers, I'm trying to put Shavers' name out there more because of what Sean said. In Sean's mind, he doesn't want to give Shavers more reps because then he'd have to pull him off special teams. And then, in his words, it's a domino effect because who are you going to get to fill that role on special teams? I don't care. You can put anybody there. A couple of questions I want to get to here. Yeah, first one from Daquan says, so in reference to Keon, if that's the case, do you believe the results are the same if Keon played? Yes. And the reason why is they ran a completely different scheme from what they ran when Keon Coleman was playing earlier in the season, where they're trying to use him to catch 50-50 balls and fade passes and back shoulder throws and stuff like that. None of the receivers in the game yesterday ran any one of those routes or attempted to catch any kind of back shoulder or jump ball.
What you just said is what happened. What you said earlier. They schemed wide receivers open.
That's it.
That same dig route that I mentioned last show about Samuel and Keon running side by side. Mm-hmm. They ran it again. Guess what they did though? They had Samuel come from the outside. He crossed over inside, mm-hmm. and then you had Shavers come in under that. These little wrinkles are the things like, yo, okay, bet. But see how you had the speed differentials? Mm-hmm. Maybe you had to teach those things to him. But I mean, let's be real here. Anybody, I don't know if my one guy is watching, he's a big Florida State fan. I'm not digging on you, I promise. But somebody name me a good wide receiver from Florida State in the last 10 years.
A good wide receiver from Florida State.
I can tell you in the last 5 years, Keon Coleman, Auden Tate, and Johnny Wilson are the only three that got drafted in the last 5 years from Florida State, wide receivers. Which one of those do you even know? If Keon Coleman wasn't in Buffalo, would you know him?
Probably not.
No. So my point is, sometimes some schools are not good at certain things.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't go there early.
Yeah. Yeah. But you go to a guy like Keon because you're prioritizing measurables above actual accomplishments and what they do on the field, right? You're looking for prototypes that you can fit into your system that you feel you can just, I'll just take this skill set and I'll use it for whatever I need, but I want this particular skill set, so I'm just going to get this guy. Never mind that he didn't do very much at the school or whatever. I just want that skill set. And that's what the Bills have done more specifically in the last 3 years in the draft. They've looked for just skill sets and I'll just put this guy on my team and we'll figure out what to do with him later.
Yeah, I was going to say, and Lindsay said Anquan Bolden. In the last 10 years, though, because you can go to Peter Warrick, you can go to Anquan Bolden, you can say those, but we're talking about even under Norv Turner, what was his name, Norval, whatever, their coach now. He does not produce wide receivers. Florida State is not a wide receiver school. So Keon Coleman is going to get that EJ Manuel treatment. He's getting it now. He's overdrafted, not his fault. Maybe shouldn't be in Buffalo. We asked him to do too much. He's not ready for it. I told you guys that when we drafted him. This is a project. I told you. Remember I said they're going to start calling this man a diva? Remember I said that? They were like, what do you mean? No, they're not. He's humble. No, he's not. I'm not saying he's not humble, but what I'm saying is don't let the yellow jacket fool you. Don't let the cookies fool you. Don't let the little stuff that they place fool you. Because look at how our team is marketed. We are one of the most boring teams out there. I said, how many times do I send in the Discord something the Giants do with their players? They do funny stuff. Yep. Other teams do funny, but they're digging deep to try to make our guys more personable. James Cook, don't let him talk no more. Deion Dawkins, don't need it.
Yep.
You know, the other guys, I don't even know half their faces.
But that's because this team is a reflection of the head coach. And there is nothing entertaining. There is nothing glamorous. There's nothing awe-inspiring with this head coach.
Yeah.
He wants the blah. He's all about the grind and the hard work and the behind the scenes stuff, and no shimmer, no shine, no glitz, no glamour, no nothing. No showmanship, none.
Yeah.
And if we were winning championships with that, I would absolutely shut the up, but we're not. So we can talk about it, and we can talk about it in a negative light because it's not working. It's not doing what the Eagles are doing. It's not doing what the Chiefs are doing. It's not doing what the Rams have done. And that's the goal, right? But I digress from that point.
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to make a point right now. Tony about to get banned. There's no place for this in our comments. There's no place for this in our comments.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. He did not bring no damn Motor Singletary
and
into
he
this
capitalized show. Cook to say cooking. He capitalized cook. Oh,
wow.
Those fighting words. Those some fighting words.
That's cold-blooded. That is cold-blooded. You a bold dude, Tommy. You a bold dude, Tommy.
Hey, I thought about Tommy when I saw the 5-yard touch. That's okay. I saw Singletary score now. Did you see Jameis Winston's Harlem Shake?
I did see it. Yeah, he looked like he was having a seizure on the field.
Did, but it was so bad it was good.
Of course, your guy would go up there and do that. Hey, we in New York. Like, what the hell is that? Right.
Like, wow.
Oh my God. Daquan says, does anyone believe McDermott was coaching for his job after the backlash from everyone last week? No. So, and this is the other thing I wanted to mention too, because if you really listen to the press conference, Mookie Hawkins asked him about the style of play and you know, is this, you know, what he wanted to see? Is this, you know, can we expect this going forward? Blah, blah, blah. You know, like that type of question. And in his answer, like after his initial answer, his secondary answer was, you know, my heart prefers a different style of play. My heart prefers a different style of play. Don't nobody give a about your heart, bro. Nobody cares. Just let this happen, dude. Just for real. Just sit back and relax. Like it really feels like you talking to grandpa and you just need to sit him down so he can take his pills. Like, bruh, just relax, dude. Relax. We don't need to time travel back to the 80s, my guy. Like, seriously, then he goes and starts talking about the guy who taught him defense. Like, no, Joe Johnson is not coming back. That era is like he's gone, bro. He quit. He retired. He's gone. He not you trying to do this to the Bills is not going to bring him back to the NFL. Like I stop, bro. Stop.
And no, Roy, you're wrong as hell. James Cook said James Cook 44 yards is cooking. He had 48 yards. Okay,
48
right.
yards. What are you
48
doing in the
yards.
pass game, though?
He had 66 yards on 3 receptions and 1 touchdown. He had 114 yards from scrimmage.
There you go. That's all you need to know.
That's all you need to know.
I mean, look, that's for Cook now. For Cook now, we know that's a bad game from Cook.
Mm-hmm.
And think about the caliber of player that Cook has to be, where 114 yards and a touchdown from scrimmage is a bad game for James Cook.
Yeah, think about how much that kind of game got Alvin Kamara paid.
He had a bunch of those many times. He was the best receiver on his team last season.
Yeah.
Realistically. So we got another question here. Protect System says Dawkins said after the game, Coleman needs to grow up and be a man and start to be accountable for his actions. Thoughts? I think every young man goes through it. I went through it. I can't tell you how many jobs I've lost from just being stupid, just preferring myself and my, lifestyle or my, issues or whatever over being responsible. It happens, right? But that doesn't give everybody around me the right to point the finger and talk about it, because that's my struggle. That's my process. Now, as a teammate, we do have to ask ourselves, who's putting their arm around Keon Coleman?
Yeah.
Like, who's really being his friend right now to the point where he was late for the meeting? And let's be clear, he was just late for the meeting. He didn't miss anything. Yeah,
that came out. I saw that too. Oh, and I'm sorry, Roy, you were misquoted. He was talking about Devin Singletary at 44 yards.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know it was that close.
All right, fair enough. We'll allow Roy to.
But he did have 47 yards from scrimmage, though.
Huh?
He did have 47 yards from scrimmage
total.
He had 1 catch for 3 yards. He had 44 yards rushing and 3 yards receiving. I mean, he was cooking on a light simmer. He was cooking in the crock pot.
We don't need to say much more.
For context, he was looking like that like for 30 seconds before the camera flipped over to him. So
yeah,
he had that face. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. So
oh God, we have too much fun on this show. You guys are negative. Some of y'all make us that way. Some of us like, let us have fun.
That is real. Some of y'all do make us that way, because I really did not come in here wanting to have a whole conversation about Keon Coleman in this meeting deal. But
I knew it was going to come.
Yeah.
And my friend asked me, "Are you guys sometimes?" I said, "No," but he's like, "You got to." I said, "I don't have inside information on this. I know what you know." But since you want me to talk about it, sure.
So I did get a little. I talked to Coach D about this, and I did get a little insight. So here's the deal. The meetings we're talking about are very important, right? And usually meetings happen after a workout. And most teams, we don't know if the Bills are doing this, but most teams in the NFL schedule their workouts right before the meeting, so that you're already in the building. Right. So that there's no excuse, no traffic, no nothing. Right. Now, what can happen is a player can finish their workout and decide to, go do something else before the meeting. Some guys stick around, some guys, do some stretching or hit the cold tub.
It could be shower, it could be treatment, could be anything.
Right. It could be a number of things that happen between finishing the workout and getting to the meeting on time. My question in there would be, and let's to make sure that we are being 100% objective here. Keon Coleman is his own man. He is responsible for himself. But in this type of team environment where everybody is kumbaya on each other and everybody's putting their arm around each other, who was looking out for Keon Coleman? Because he's already made this mistake last year.
Because I can tell you right now, when I leave here, somebody holding that door for me to get that time clock. Somebody holding that boy, like, yo.
You feel me?
They be like, yo, he gonna be here at 8. He's supposed to be here at 8. He gonna be here on the dot.
You feel me? Like, somebody know. Right, exactly. So and that's kind of my point. Like, if we was working a job, I'd be because you my boy. Like, we've been, you know what I'm saying? We family. So I'm gonna be there holding the door. I know you coming. So who's who's there for Keon right now.
Yeah.
Because you got Snowman hopping up there and trying to be the first person in line to talk about, I had a conversation with him. First and foremost, I would never tell nobody about a personal conversation I had with Keon Coleman when he's dealing with all the criticism he's dealing with right now, unless, because this is the other thing we got to consider, unless there's some degrees of separation between Keon Coleman and his teammates, because that's the only way that something like this happens, where nobody's putting their arm around him when he's about to be late for a meeting and saying, I don't care what you're about to do. Come on, we going to the meeting. Right. That's the only way that you hear about a guy saying, I had a personal conversation with him and this is what happened in that personal conversation.
Like, you don't even need to say nothing, dude.
Right.
You really don't need to say that. And I mean, let's not act like he was caught in the corner of the room doing blow instead of going to the thing. Let's not act like, let's not act like it's like, okay, when he's loafing on the field, he's 22. He's taking plays off. Guess what? Keon, come on, have a seat till you feel like you want to run. And at 22 years old, this happens. But this is what I talk about with Buffalo all the time. What I talk about with the fans. You can't have that. You got to have everybody professional from jump. You can't grow here. Yeah. You can't develop here. You have to have it when you step on the field. And that's not right. You got guys at 25, 26, 27, other teams that's doing way worse. Right. But they play. I mean, okay, he's not doing anything on the field right now, but why is that? Yeah. We already know that Josh Allen does not have a rapport with him. We knew this. I said that when they had Hard Knocks. I said, this is going to kill that. Mm-hmm. And guess what? We're seeing the fruit of that now. Because when you're 22 years old, you had Jordan Travis, and you had DJ ukulele, whatever the freak his name is. And that's your quarterbacking. That's not Josh Allen. Josh Allen works a different way. He has a different regimen. And you got to get on his plan somehow. If you know football like you say you do, if you know like they say you do, it shouldn't be that hard to pick it up. But somebody can say, I'm on your butt. Who's going to beat him for his job? We ain't had nobody. You're a second-round draft pick. Who you fighting with? Gabe Davis? Who you fighting with? Tyrell Shavers? No disrespect. Who you fighting with? Nobody. He got in there and said, I'm here to X right away. You can't give a kid like that to X. And that takes me to my point about their vetting process. I don't want to hear no more about that BS. No more. Mm-hmm. Because they were wrong about Hoyt. They were wrong about Ogunjobi. They were wrong about Matt Araiza twice. Yep. And then you got this guy. This guy who what did he do to make you love him? Ran a 4.6 40. What did he do? I mean, he said he knows all the positions all over the place. Okay, cool. Great. But then what? What comes with it? You should have known this is his personality because we vet everybody. No, you don't. Right. Don't tell me that no more.
Right. Mike, that is absolutely right. Dudes in Miami were wilding out and got to play. Like Tyreek Hill got arrested before the game and still got
on the way to the game.
On the way to the game, got arrested, gave the police a hard time, made a scene. It was on the news everywhere, and still got to play in the game.
Still got to play in the game.
So
it's probably late too.
Right, exactly. And that's kind of so. Laura, to answer your question, I
it was kind of corny.
I don't think telling the media what you talk to him about is trying to save him. Not saying that that's what you were saying, but my stance on that was more based around, if you're really trying to save him, do it where it counts. Do it behind the scenes. Make sure he's not getting to meetings late. Put a structure in place to make sure that you as a teammate are looking out for him. And if he pushes you away, then okay, you just leave him be. Because at that point, if he's pushing help away, then there won't be no conversations had anyway. And then now on top of that, there's no conversations to tell the media about.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And that's kind of my issue with it is, if you were really in his corner, you wouldn't be up in front of a camera and a microphone talking about what you talk to him about. You only do that when nobody's really in his corner and you're putting it out there that, you say you're in his corner publicly. But are you really, if you standing up in front of that camera talking about what y'all talked about privately?
I wouldn't even have to say nothing.
Right.
We talked to him.
Right.
That's it.
I don't need to tell you what I said or none of that stuff. Like that's again, it's context, because Deion getting in front of a camera is so it's so nuanced that if you're not really paying attention, you will miss the point of that. The point of that was for Deion to save face as a teammate, so that it doesn't seem like he's supporting what Keon did to miss a meeting. And then B, It's there to put the spotlight solely on Keon, to single him out, to say, dude, whatever you're doing, you're gonna have to deal with it on your own now.
Yep. Yeah, I mean that's somebody in the comment section on the podcast I was watching earlier, they said Keon's interview after the game was embarrassing. He didn't even care when he was benched. Who said that? And who cares? I mean, what did you expect him to say when they got is 8 to 12 middle-aged men with their mics in his face? Why'd you get benched? Man, why you asking me that? How bad does it feel? Family, so now we're gonna learn. What did you do? I mean, I apologize for not delivering a presidential address.
Right.
Now, people. He didn't do that. He said, well, what do you mean? What you want me to say? What do you want him to say? I was wrong. I'm suspended. Whatever. Move on. You're not getting a sound clip off of me. And the more you ask me, the more you're gonna piss me off. Get out of my face before I mush you. That's what he could have said. But instead, he chose not to. So I don't think it was embarrassing at all. I thought the freaking questions were embarrassing.
Yeah. Lynn says, Aramis, I really think that is the problem. They've been looking out for Coleman, but he's not taking it at heart. It could absolutely. I'm not saying it's not that. If that's what it is, and I think again, I think Dion coming out and saying what he said is a clear indicator of, they've been trying, but now it's at the point where we got to let him hang himself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that's where it is now after the second time now of him, missing a meeting. I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, of course they're gonna put out. I think Bodega Cat said he actually had two comments. He said, what was the other one he had? Because I saw it earlier.
Oh, it's
not that one
up.
yet, but it was something else.
Right there.
Oh, right here. Yep. Okay. What that mean? I mean, they're not all cookie cutters. They're some people. Bobby Brown was a new addition. Did Raul Tresvant need a babysitter? No. Did Johnny Gill need one? But Bobby Brown needed everything. Yeah. And, I mean, it's just not. You have to be able to accommodate. That's why you have to vet these players. That's why you interview. That's why all that stuff is so important, because you need to. You not only do you have to look at what kind of player they can be on your team, you have to look at what do I have to do to make him his best self. What is it going to take? What is my investment into him to invest into this team? And if you read this guy and you say, okay, I can see a project. He's raw. I'm not sure if I'm tapping into him. Either you take him and take on responsibility, or you pass him by. That's just what it is. JSN, I don't know what his issues are. I don't know what Devonta Smith. I don't know what. I mean, they have guys. They got Antonio. I mean, Devontae Smith. They got what's his name? AJ Brown, who just said, if you got me in your fantasy team, right. Don't play me.
Drop me.
So let's talk about that one. That's a 28-year-old dude saying that.
Yeah. No. So we can't. You gotta understand. I'm not asking people to babysit Keon, right? Okay, right. So here's a prime example. Here it comes. Justin Jefferson. Does he look happy right now playing with JJ McCarthy or any of the other quarterbacks on that team? No. People can tell he is visibly frustrated. Why? Because he wants to execute at a certain level that he's not being allowed to right now, because there's something going on with the team that is out of his control.
Pro Football don't even have him. He's not even listed as a top 10 wide receiver by Pro Football Focus.
Right.
Justin Jefferson.
That's how bad it is, right? So if Justin Jefferson can be subject and ranked to a situation that is out of his control and be looked at as not a top 10 receiver because it's out of his control, then logic would tell us that it is also possible that Keon Coleman could be better than what he is right now if given the opportunity and the role to do so. That's why I look at yesterday's game as this is what Keon probably needed to be able to show up and show out. This is the offense that he could do it in. And if you look at what we asked Gabe Davis to do before he left to go to the Jaguars, Gabe Davis was Keon Coleman then. He wasn't getting the ball. He wasn't getting looks. He wasn't running great routes. He was reading defenses wrong, choosing the wrong option on option routes. He wasn't playing well at all. And we thought it was great news that he was leaving. Don't re-sign him for $14 million. Are you serious? We were happy to see him go. And then we got Keon Coleman comes in, gets put in the same situation where he's playing an offense that's not suited to him, and then we poop on him and call him a bust. Yeah. Then Gabe Davis comes in, and what do? They start they put him immediately, right away. They put him in an offense that is best suited for his skill set. He only runs 3 routes, and they're all in breaking. And in that game, go back and look at it. What did he run? In breaking routes.
You're good with that button. I'm proud of you.
In breaking routes. That's all he did. 2 slants and a dig. Whoopie freaking do. You think Keon Coleman can't do that?
Yeah.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah.
So let's I get that it's the rage right now. I get that the wave is to hate on Keon. Him being late is a separate thing from his play. Don't conflate the two. Don't make it him being late to a meeting is an indicator of just how bad of a player he is and a teammate he is. Don't Stephon Diggs Keon Coleman, please.
Yeah.
Please.
And Bodega Cat, he said he was dancing on the sideline pregame as if everything was. What is he supposed to do?
Right. He's supposed to sit there like Josh
and be mad. I mean, he's supposed to sit on the sideline and like then they call him pouty little biatch.
Exactly.
I mean, what is a catch-22? He was out there because I think who was it in our Discord? Was it Sinky maybe? He said I heard that Keon left in the third quarter. No, I mean he didn't say it, and he just said he got that information from somebody that he left it and walked off the field. No, he was there. If you look at when Gabe Davis and Josh Allen's helmets got stuck, Keon Coleman was waiting. He was the one that was standing like, whoa, that was Keon. He walked past, so he was there. So I mean, it's like the stuff that gets out based on this, and the show's not about Keon Coleman. It's just this is the hot news because everybody's blowing this out of proportion. Yeah. Not you guys, not us, but well, maybe you guys think us. I don't know, and I can't even say nothing about it. But there was another comment I hit the start. I did when I think, yeah. Click that. I like that. It was funny to me. Camp Facts. Our wide receivers were winning against below average secondary. Our secondary is winning against bargain bin number 3 wide receiver. Plastic scratches other plastic. Plastic scratches plastic. But
I love that.
But yeah, I mean that. And the thing is, that's when I listen to Talking Buffalo, I laugh because Joe in Queens. I'll say that because whatever. If you watch it, you know. He said, I don't want to hear. Remember, I told you Talking Buffalo doesn't have him on the show during preseason because he says I don't care about none of it. I don't watch it. Don't want to know about it. I'm not talking about it. So the main coach raves about Keon Coleman, raves about this, raves about Milano and how he was the best player on the field, and then this. And I thought about, I said, they're playing against Trey White. They're playing against Dane Jackson. They're playing against to Corey Couch will say they're playing against those guys that are not. I didn't even mention Christian Benford on purpose.
Right,
that's the number 1 CB, and I didn't mention, and he's not the number 1 in the league. But they didn't even mention him.
He's not even top 5 anymore.
Right now, no.
Yeah,
right now, he's not. If Dorothy's not yelling at us about it, then I know that's true.
No, she dropped him.
I know she
earlier
did.
This year.
I'm like, dang.
Nah, right. It was greasy.
I feel bad. I would have just ushered him back to the way. Oh well, you lost one, Christian.
Right. The ATL says F all of that. Get on that defense. Look. No.
No.
Here's why. Here's why I'm not frustrated at the defense. They are who I thought they were.
Yep.
This is again the quote from Sean McDermott goes, my heart would have preferred a different style of why?
This is funny as hell. My heart desire. What is this? The Notebook?
My heart prefers a different style of game.
What are we watching? Is this color purple?
No. What he's telling you exactly.
What's going on?
What he's telling you right then and there is the offense that we saw against the Bucs is not what he wants to see on the. Josh scored 6 touchdowns on his own, right? But he threw 2 interceptions. Ooh,
right.
No,
right.
That's bad.
Can't have that.
You can't do that.
Can't have that.
Like what are we? He scored 6 touchdowns.
Never mind the runs. You know I don't care about his runs. He had 3 passing touchdowns.
Exactly. If he only threw 3 touchdowns,
I'm still good.
Exactly. The issue here is you have a head coach that thinks that all turnovers are the same across the board, and they're not. They're not. When you're driving at the end of a game and the 4th and 5 in the AFC Championship game. If that ball gets picked off, Sean's probably talking about, we can't throw interceptions at the end of the game. What else was he supposed to do? He was getting blitzed. The offensive line sure as hell didn't block it right, and there was nobody open down the field. What do you want him to do?
Kevin Hart said, "F that. This is McDermott's crap. My heart would have loved a real defense."
Right.
And Steve says, "I'd love to see McDermott like in color purple." I love this show.
Oh,
everybody gets everything. It's hilarious.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, you guys are great. I really didn't even come in here thinking I was gonna start ranting like this, but it just I had a feeling, and a lot of people were talking about it, in the when they were calling into the post game show. Not our post game show, WGR's post game show. A lot of people were very excited about this win. And they were they were very hopeful about what it means to see the team play like this. And I even put in the thumbnail, Josh getting unleashed. You know what I'm saying? This is what it looks like. And listen, watching a game like this is very exciting to watch. It's fun to watch. I had a good time watching this game. I like the back and forth. I like the drama of the back and forth. And who's gonna finish this one out? I hope it's us.
Right.
Like that's cool. But watching a game with a similar style of back and forth when it's 13-13, that's no, I don't want to watch that. That's heartache and pain to me. And what it sounds like is that is a damn good time to Sean McDermott. Like,
Wow.
9-13. That is a damn good time, boy. I tell you what. I can't. I can't get excited for that stuff. This idea that offenses are not allowed to score on me, and if they do, I get heart palpitations. I'm so he talked about it like that, like his heart was just
I get it. His heart was
it was out of control during the game, and he's watching Baker Mayfield go and score a touchdown. All of a sudden he's defibrillating. He's like, what the hell is wrong with this dude, where the game is affecting him like that? Like, I get that things get tense and you want to win, but looking at how the Buccaneers were playing, I had a feeling the Bills were going to end up pulling this one out, because it didn't seem as though the Bucs had an answer in the pass game. And once you got a lead on that team, the Bills are one of the best teams in the league at playing with a lead.
Yeah, we destroyed Mika Ibuka. He did absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Listen, I wish Sean McDermott would try to come and hug me. I wish he would try to come and hug me.
He would. That'd be a mean suplex too. He would come in, but oh man, dude! If he ever went for the embrace, do not take it. Because he's been watching the show. If that was the case.
WWE ain't got nothing on me, baby. I'll tell you what.
That'd be the illest belly to belly McDermott. Oh man.
Yep. All right. So I wanted to ask you this.
Yes, sir.
The title of this episode is what we saw on Sunday, a permanent solution, in terms of this is what you do to solve the consistency issue, or is it just a temporary fix? Do you feel like what we saw on Sunday is something that they can scale and continue, and we're just going to go out and let Josh be Josh and play that way, and we'll be fine, because our defense has been, giving up more than we wanted and hasn't been able to really hold teams the way we wanted? Or is this just what we had to do to beat the Bucs, and when we get to Houston on Thursday, it's going to be a completely different game plan?
I think there's two different answers to this. One answer is it could be, but it won't be, because we've seen it on the defensive side. Something that worked against a good team.
Yeah. We
say, you know what? We don't need to do that no more. Don't worry about that. We'll just play the Dolphins and give up 30 points to the Dolphins.
Yeah.
And so we're going to play against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who everybody says has a good defense. And we showed how easy it could be. Why not just make it hard on yourself against Houston on Thursday?
You got to make Sean feel better.
Make him feel better. Got to make him sweat.
Yeah, he can't have his heart beating over 60 beats per minute for more than one game.
Elongated periods of time. Yeah, no.
He can only do that one game a week.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, I could see them cultivating that and making it our offense. That would work, but that would make too much sense. That'd be too easy and make too much sense. I mean, I watched that game and I was like, why is Brady cheering? Every time he cheered, I got pissed off. Like, you did nothing, sir. This is not you. This is not your show.
Right. It's all chaos down there.
There's chaos down there. You have nothing to do with it. He's not even running what you see. Brady don't even know he's not running what he's calling. Brady probably don't even know that. He's like, yeah, I called a hell of a game. You didn't call nothing.
Right.
So, I mean, it was funny because I don't even know who the guy was on the sideline, but somebody had the paper over his mouth. Like, he was calling the offense. I'm like, who was this guy? I don't know. Did you see that? Like, while Josh on the field, McDermott was calling defense. We know this. And then there was some other guy. I think it might have been the special teams guy, but like, he's holding the paper over his mouth. Like he's saying
Tabor.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's going on? He's getting pumped up. I'm like, this is a weird situation we got in Buffalo.
It's really bad in the NFL when you got to block your mouth for special teams.
Wait a minute. Nope, can't see it. Okay. Field goal block.
Right. Exactly. All right, guys. We're gonna kneel this one, guys.
Right.
We're gonna just get down on a knee, wait till it gets to about 2 seconds. Okay. That way we don't have to take a timeout and make sure. All right, go. All right, guys. Let's go.
We're going for one. Huh? I didn't say that. Who I said nothing.
Right. So Josh is over here putting 2 fingers up. Sean is like,
no, you don't have the paper. You don't have the paper.
Right. He hops on the mic. Josh, stop putting 2 fingers up in there. You got to cut that out right now. You can't put
You're giving signals. You're giving signals.
You're letting them know what we're going to do. It's a competitive disadvantage, Josh. Put the fingers down right now, please. Please, Josh. Please. What is this? What is happening right now?
I just saw that. I was like,
what is happening right now? Aramis need to watch Brokeback Mountain. Why I gotta watch it with him? Why? You put me in a compromised situation there
with McDermott.
You know what? I need to go to my coach speak right now. I need to go to my coach speak right now because last thing I need to do is get canceled right now. You see the position I'm in, right?
You're in a hell of a position.
Let me be clear. I think Sean McDermott is a very fine coach. I think he has good character. I don't dislike him as a person. And I think he cares about the game of football. I do not think that I would be good company for him, and I do not think Brokeback Mountain would be a movie to share with someone like Sean McDermott. I think he is. I think he's more of a Notebook guy. Yeah. To be perfectly honest,
I'm sure he watches Notebook.
Yep. So I'm just going continue to wiggle my way
out.
Of
leave it like that.
Yeah. So here's the other thing I wanted to touch on too, because
yes, sir.
This kind of came to my mind too. Hot Wheel says, "What's the problem with Keon and Josh?" First and foremost, see the first hour of the show.
They don't want us to rehash
talking about nothing but that. But I thought about this when he asked the question though. I don't think that there was an issue that Josh had with Coleman. Now that I think about it, I really think that the issue that Josh had was with the routes that Josh had to throw to Coleman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like when you look at the stuff that he was doing with Gabe Davis, who supposedly came in for Coleman, you look at the stuff that he threw to Shavers and to Curtis Samuel. Like, I think those are the routes that Josh likes throwing to in general, right? And so to have to drop back and throw a 50-50 ball that Josh is not confident in to Keon Coleman, I just don't think he liked to throw those passes. Those routes.
It's obvious. Look at the pass to Shakir. The same basically. He threw it, and I put in the Discord. I said, I know this dude did not just say Shakir couldn't catch up to that. It was out of bounds.
Yeah.
What was he supposed to do?
Yeah, he just doesn't like throwing those routes.
Yeah, and then the 2-point conversion to Gilliam. What was he supposed to do? I mean, he was right there. He's like, you just underhand.
Yeah,
I'm done with that. I exhausted all. I mean, it's clear that there's certain routes that he can't throw. Nobody can do everything, and that's his Achilles. We knew that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. Jack, thank you very much, my man. Says, feel bad for Allen. Love the win, but there's so much neglect. Sean's job saved again. Very much so, because that game started off pretty bad. Also, Bean and McD got the game balls. What? Did they really?
I don't know. I don't watch that crap anymore. It's so manufactured. I'm tired of watching that nonsense. They probably did.
For Sean's 100th win.
Oh, okay. They got their okay. Just so that makes sense.
I got to get you a mic, Daniel.
Yeah. He don't want. He like, no. I just want to scream through the window.
I know. I know you're not gonna use it all like that, but I just gotta at least be at the ready, so everybody else can hear you. But yeah. So okay. So he got a game ball for his 100th win. All right. Cool. Sean should have turned right around and gave that game ball to Josh. Because again, to be clear, without Josh being Josh freaking Allen, Sean McDermott's record is 15-17 as a head coach. Period. 9-7 his first season on the bubble, made it to the playoffs. The next season, 6-10.
Mm-hmm.
And that, mind you, like let's not pretend like 6-10 was it was such an unfortunate situation. No, they chose to tear apart that 9-7 team that made the playoffs. They could have very much just kept the guys they had, built on that, find a quarterback, put them with that team, and keep going. They didn't have to tear it apart. They chose to do that, to be clear. So yeah, I don't respect the 100 wins at all. I'm sorry.
Well, should have given the game ball to Gabe. Whatever.
Yo, they gave it to Gabe Davis, bro. He's sitting in that press conference with his arm on the game ball, bro, like
with a t-shirt on, a hat sideways, and got his arm on. Yeah, I mean that pretty much be it. That pretty much be it.
All right, what else you got, bro?
Well, we have to talk about the Houston game because we don't have a show before the
before Thursday.
Yeah, so I did have a couple of things on that, but let me see what else did I have. Talking about defense. Okay. Now I know I screamed and yelled about TJ Sanders playing defensive end. No more. I'm not gonna do that no more. I'm not gonna do that no more. Nope. I don't know what he does, but I wish Spin was here now. This might wake him up. Spin. Omar Norman Lott tore his ACL week 7. He's going to finish the season with more sacks than TJ Sanders with 1. And he was a pass rush specialist. We traded up for this guy. For the guy that I told you guys we didn't need. We could have went and got Will Johnson. We could have went and got Trey Amos. We could have went and got a linebacker. We could have went and got a wide receiver. We could have went, but no.
Will Johnson currently rated as a top 5 CB in the NFL.
We could have had a tandem of Smiley. I'm not gonna call him Max no more. His name is Smiley.
Yes. Yo.
Every time I turn around, he's like,
who was he? Oh, did you see him after Latu caught that pass?
Yeah, he was all like just as real.
He just caught a pass like
for 4 yards. He's like, yeah, man. Yeah.
Get out his face, dude. You just love everybody here.
He does. It is genuine. That's him. But yeah, I mean, I was thinking I was going to mention that too. I was like, what? Where isn't this guy? Where isn't he?
I would hate to see him when he's mad. Yo, man,
I'd be scared.
Yeah, Max Hairston getting pissed off at anything right now. It's just time to hop in your car and run.
You have to hop in the car. He's too fast.
Right.
Yeah, but no, I think that we're talking about a defense that got gashed again for 200 yards on the ground. It's the 3rd time this year. But we're 2-1 in the games where we gave it 20 yards on the ground. So whatever.
Wow.
This is the 5th game where we've given up 175 yards on the ground, and we're 3-2 in those games. So clearly, they're like F them yards, not F them picks, but F them yards. I don't care about that. What they do in the air though.
Sean said he's not a fan of yards. He doesn't care about yards at all. At all.
Oh, football's an abstract concept.
Yeah.
And speaking of yards, riddle me this: how was the AI judge wrong on the spot of that ball? That Otten play. I swear he got that first down.
Yo, he did get that first
down.
down.
And the AI said, no, he didn't. So we're gonna trust this thing. Remember, it went to the virtual ref, and it showed he was a foot and 3 inches short.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that was just off the refs.
No.
Oh,
yeah, I'm like,
That's
Okay.
egregious.
I have no faith in this.
Wow.
Yeah, why on earth is Sanders on the edge? Because I thought with Daquan Jones being out there, and I know Sanders can't play tackle, I thought let's just try him as a compression style forward tech. No.
And he volunteered for it too.
He just wanted to get on the field.
Yeah, that's part of it. Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, it was not great. Let's see. What else do I have that I need to talk about? Oh yeah, Cole Bishop is on PFF. He's rated the 13th safety.
That's pretty good.
That's really good. I was like,
yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
Yeah.
And when you allow him to play his game and do what he does best, and you got a guy like Poyer on the field with him, helping him out, this is what you get.
Yep. Yep.
Taylor Rapp was never that dude.
No. Nope. Not at all. Confidence.
I wanted to respond to this one. MDL said 6-10 was Josh's rookie year. Yeah. And who did he have to play with around him? He's throwing to Robert Foster, for God's sakes. Not that I hate Robert Foster, but I mean, is Robert Foster even making this team this year with all the receiver issues that we have? I think that's a hard no.
Like, can you play teams?
Right, exactly. So, but yeah. So defensively though, we have seen, and I've said this several times. We've seen the Chiefs win Super Bowls with a defense ranked 20th in the NFL and worse. The first Super Bowl they ever won, their defense was ranked 26th in the NFL. So when you think about what the Bills need to be in order to get to a Super Bowl and win it, especially this season, realistically, of the teams that you're going to face in the playoffs right now, like if the playoffs were to start right now, the only good defenses that you're going to face are going to be the Ravens, the Steelers, or the Broncos. Everybody else is kind of middle of the pack, has some good games, has some down games, but is not known to have a really strong defense, right? And let's say we don't win the division. I don't think it's a hard path if to be quite honest, I would take facing the Colts in the divisional round. You're not going to see them in the wild card round. They got the bye. And whoever you play in the wild card round, you're probably going to beat. That's how it goes. The Bills always win their wild card round games. Mm-hmm. Which means you probably face the Colts or let's see. So if the Bills were 7, you're gonna face the 1. Yeah, that's it. You're gonna have to face the Colts. So would you take the Bills losing this game Thursday if it meant you go in as the 7 and you play the Colts in the divisional round? Because I think that's a game the Bills can win if they play this style of offense. If they just stay like this, they can get past the Colts and they can score enough on offense to put the Colts in a position where the Colts have to throw the ball. I think that's how you beat the Colts. That's really how you beat any team. With our defense, they need to play from ahead.
Yeah, they have to make them pass.
Yeah.
I just want to address Alton or
sure
Albert. Which one? Yeah, Albert. He said a safety being highly rated means that players are getting to him. It's a bad look for him to be 13. I don't how. Kyle Hamilton's number 1. Hufanga from Denver is number 2. Petrie's number 3.
Yeah, a lot of those guys are around the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I mean these are I mean and
Mm-hmm.
Derwin James is number 14. So Antoine Winfield is 15. Mm-hmm. Minka Fitzpatrick, even though he's on the downslide, he's 19. I don't understand. I mean, I think it's telling that he's high because you have to be one of the best safeties. Not saying that the players are getting. How is that a bad look? Even if the players are getting to him, it's not his fault they're getting him. It means he's stopping them.
Yeah,
that's an indictment on the linebackers ahead of him, and if it's the cornerbacks or whatever the case may be, it's on them too.
Yeah. Carl with more facts.
He said something earlier. Okay. They were just talking amongst each other or something like that.
Nate says, "Are the Ratbirds going to make the playoffs?" The answer is yes. What else we got here? Bone says we're most likely to see the winner of the North as the 5 seed. See, I don't want that. I don't want to have to see anybody from the North until the AFC Championship. Be quite honest. Give me Bills Ravens in the AFC Championship game. I'll sign on the dotted line right now. I would. I don't think their defense is as good as it was last season, so I don't think they're going to be able to, give us as hard a time as they did last season. On top of that, their offense seems to be out of sync in the passing game. So, for whatever that's worth, the Ravens just aren't the same right now. I don't know if it's a schematic deal. I don't know if it's just, teams got enough tape on this offense now, or, they have enough tape on the players or whatever it is, but they are not the same team anymore. I would definitely take them in the playoffs. Steve says Bishop actually has good traits and tested well. Keon is just big, runs 4.6 plus, and has punchlines about bubble coats. Not the same thing. Okay. I don't know why we needed to take a shot at Keon, but
unless Mr. Ed comes back. Like Mr. Ed. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Nathan and his I'm starting to get better at it.
I don't want to hope for that though.
Yeah.
Like that, you know what I'm saying?
He's saying he's going to, but you don't know what it's going to be like.
It just feels like a waste of energy for us to be holding on to, like, it was like last year, like Matt Milano's going to come back and save us. No, he didn't do anything. Right? Ed Oliver's coming back off an injury. He's going to be like, he's not going to be playing all full out, when he comes back. He's going to be trying to, all right, let me not do too much because I want to be here. I don't want to get hurt again.
Yeah, people are reaching for they were reaching for that before.
Yeah, there's nobody coming to save us. Let's drop that mentality right now. Nobody coming to save us. Right. All right, so Houston Texans. Mm-hmm. Chances are you should see CJ Stroud on Thursday. Davis Mills played this past Sunday. And it was really just a concussion that kept CJ Stroud out. So he'll probably play Thursday, and they probably kept him out to make sure that he was prepared for Thursday because they want to beat the Bills against a team in their conference. They have been winning games. They are trying to still work towards a playoff berth. And beating the Bills would be a big step towards that goal. Mm-hmm. When it comes to what you've seen of their offense, what would you say worries you the most there?
The Texans?
Mm-hmm.
I honestly haven't watched much of them, but I know defensively is what I'm worried about. I'm worried about their defense.
Okay.
The offense.
So offense doesn't scare you at all.
The offense, you saw what Nico Collins can do to them. They have what's his name, Jalen Noel. They have Higgins as the 2 wide receivers, the second and third runner they drafted this year, who show promise. I don't know what the quarterback's going to be. The running back is somebody I've never heard of before. He's pushing past Nick Chubb. So I don't know what he brings to the table. I have no idea. Marks. So I really have to watch him. For me, they're what the Bills were yesterday. It's an unknown because we don't know CJ Stroud is playing. Who do you game plan for? You don't have a long time to get ready for this team.
Yeah.
You know what their offensive line is. You played them a year ago in which you had a horrible game, Josh Allen. I think that was a game he went 9 for 30 for, what was it, 120 yards or whatever it was he had. But this year I don't think it's going to be the same thing. I think this is going to be more of a game where they can control the clock if they get out to a fast start. They have to be a fast start on our offense, and then we can dictate what their offense does, which is passing. Yeah. And if they have Davis Mills or Davis Mills or David Mills, Davis Mills, if they have him, he ran the offense pretty good, I guess. Mm-hmm. He was a starter at one point in time for them. But no, I think CJ Stroud coming in, I really would like to play CJ Stroud because CJ Stroud is coming off a concussion. I think he was still in protocol today. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But I think playing him, he's gonna have if he's got cobwebs, he's rusty, and he wasn't that great anyway before that. So let the momentum happen. Let's see Josh Allen versus CJ Stroud and let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah, I'm not so much worried about their offense at all. I don't think it really matters who the quarterback is, mostly because their offensive line has not been great all season long.
Right.
They cannot block to save their life, and whatever it is that they're doing schematically on offense, they have a hard time running the ball and passing the ball. They just the biggest mistake DeMeco Ryans made in his career so far as head coach of the Texans was firing Bobby Slowick, the guy who seemed to be figuring out a way to cook with CJ Stroud. That's the bottom line. So that to me means we don't have to worry about what we saw last year in terms of what CJ Stroud did against us, right? Because that guy's not there anymore. So
that wide receiving core isn't there anymore.
No. Tank Dell's not. He's not healthy. He's still recovering from his injury.
Diggs is gone.
Diggs is not there. So all they have is Nico Collins. They traded away John Mechie to the Eagles, so they don't even have him there anymore. They have Xavier Hutchinson is like the next best guy. That I don't even know who that is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And no disrespect, but I just like you don't hear about anybody else, having any kind of impact in that offense other than Nico Collins from time to time. So I do think the Bills will be able to just play their zone scheme, just make it difficult, make the reads difficult, do some disguising things on defense to kind of slow down the quarterback's eyes. And, from there, they can get some pass rush going on a very bad offensive line.
Yeah.
The defense, however, ranks first in the NFL with an average of 261.3 yards allowed per game. They rank first in the NFL with a total EPA of minus 77.2. They are 9th in the league in run defense. They are 6th in the league in pass yards allowed per game with an average of 201. This is not a defense that you can play around and try to be cute and just you have to do you have to you're going to have to put all of the same schematic things on the field that we saw on Sunday.
Yeah.
If you expect to beat this defense, because it's going to take you beating their worst secondary defender. and you're probably going to have to do that with your worst wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? It's the quintessential Patriots defensive conundrum where they're going to take away your first and second option. You better be able to win with your third best option.
Yeah, and I this is what I don't want to see. I don't want to see another game where Josh Allen is stringing plays out. I want him to hit the hot reads.
Yeah.
Because if they blitz, they're gonna blitz. They're gonna come from all over the place, and you have to be ready to diagnose most of them and know where your hots are. You got to feel the pressure coming in and get the ball out immediately. That takes me to what we saw yesterday in the game with Curtis Samuel, the deep ball that wasn't. Curtis Samuel was like, I'm open. And Josh like, do this instead. He's like, oh okay, I'm going to go over this side. And it's like, so that's the chemistry we're missing. And then the other one where Samuel was like wide, he was streaming wide open.
Yeah.
And Josh was like, not yet. Not. Oh, I'm like, make it easier. So, but those are plays you got to make those plays against a defense like this, because Will Anderson is no slouch. They got Danielle Hunter is older but still good. You're talking about one of the best cornerbacks out there right now.
Yeah.
One of the best safeties out there right now in Petrie. So yeah, you're looking at a team that likes to run zone. Obviously, with the DeMeco Ryans, they run a lot of zone. I think they run a lot of cover too. So
with
yeah,
that pass rush.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I have it here. They have. Let's see.
This would be a good Kincaid game if they can get him back healthy.
Yep. Yeah, they run 68% zone. I have 68% zone, and they run middle close 44%. Too high options shell 52%. So yeah.
So okay. So if they're going cornered, so you have to be able to attack those corner routes.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be able to get in behind the corner and in front of the safety. So that's why I said this would be a good Kincaid game, because the deep middle is where you can attack them with those post routes. That the seam routes and everything that you can do with Kincaid there. It'll be easier to get to that with Kincaid lined up against a linebacker in zone coverage, to kind of get to that deep third middle, and of course like I said, the corner routes that. So the other part of this too is cover two. You can It depends on on how they're lining up. If they're lining up, cover 2 press, you know what I'm saying? Then that makes it easier for whatever you want to do with Kincaid and Shakir in the slot. But if they're backing off and they're because of what they saw on Sunday, that gives you the the drag routes and that gives you the slants and all that kind of stuff to try and get the defense to creep up with that cover 2, and then that allows you to get some of the the deeper seam stuff in the corners and all that kind of stuff. There's also some different things that you can do to put the safeties in conflict that would work. Like your basic flood concepts, and I think there was another route combination you said where they had one guy kind of running a deep post and another guy ran a deep dig. That's another route concept that typically is designed to put a safety in conflict. Stuff like that would work because that would allow you the dig route to come open deep over the middle there, but behind the linebacker. And as long as you got something going deep the other way where that strong side safety, he's got it. So
I think that's kind of what I was talking about after the last game, not this one, but the last one where I said, Josh has to have kind of a progression in his head based on what I'm looking at. This is what should be open where, because that dig is they're gonna murky the waters. They're gonna muddy it up, so you can't really figure out what it is. But you have to know, I'm seeing this guy here, and so I know based on what I'm seeing, this guy is gonna come across at a certain point, and if it's not there, I got to go here right away.
Yeah. The other part of this too is one of the things that you're going to have to do that Sean is not going to want to do early is you got to do what you did with McCall Hardman. You got to just choose one of your fast guys and start the game off with a deep shot. You've got to let them know early that you're looking to go downfield, because when you have a defense that is that good, a defense that good is used to dictating to an offense. They're not used to being dictated to. And one of the things that Tom Brady and Peyton Manning and some of these other great quarterbacks, Drew Brees, would do with these great defenses is they would lull you to sleep, right? They would lull you to sleep, and then comes the big shot. Or what I've seen Brady do a lot of is, okay, Gronk, go run that deep seam. I'm gonna hit you deep. Now, okay, you think you dictating to us? No, we showing you what's up, and now you're gonna be worried about that seam route. I'm gonna throw everything underneath, and now you're not gonna know what to do. Now all of a sudden we running whip routes. Now all of a sudden we running the ball on you, and we just gonna drive you nuts the whole game. That's how you have to play with these teams, and I think the hope is Sean doesn't get in the way of that and try to play controlled, methodical and detail oriented offense, or not. I guess detail oriented is a bad term, but I guess I just mean this very tight, nervous style of offense where we just don't want to make any mistakes against this really good defense. That's fear. That you got your team operating out of fear. You don't want to do that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's what it is. You got to get that ball out there. You got to show them, even if it's not a completion, just toss it. Just throw the route out there. Just toss it down. I mean, overthrow them. Who cares? Yeah. Because anytime they see that same formation, anytime they see the guy take off a certain way, anytime they see somebody do anything that looks similar, they're gonna make them think. But I'm setting you up for something else, and everybody's not going to be on the same accord. Especially that's why the Earnhardt Perkins was beautiful, because you run the same plays out of a million different route combinations, or different formations rather. He said, "Let's give Keys proper for getting over that cold." That's Reed's tea working wonders. That's right. But yeah, no, that's the mind game you have to play in football, and that's the mind game that we don't see them play often. We see them rest on their laurels and say, we got Josh Allen, we got James Cook. Let's just let them do what they do forever. And that's just not going to work in games that actually matter. Games against teams that are good. Yeah. Josh Allen is not going to be enough. James Cook's not going to be enough. It's got to be one or the other, or both.
Yeah, I agree. The one thing that does kind of stand out about some of these stats that I'm looking at now is the run defense gives up about 107.3 rushing yards per game, on average. That's not a bad game for James Cook. It's not a good game for James Cook, right. But I think knowing what that team is capable of and knowing what our offense looks like when James goes over 100 yards rushing, fine. Let's take that 107. If they're giving it up on average, let's take the 107. Right? When you get 100 over 100 yards rushing on a team, they have to respect it.
Mhm.
You know, and what does that do? Well, that forces a team to have to play honest, because not only have you taken a deep shot, but you're running on them for over 100 yards. There's going to be some guessing that has to take place as the game goes on, and in the fourth quarter, to try and make a play, especially if they're playing from behind. But yeah, I think overall, what it really comes down to is you have to continue to play to win. The rest of the season is going to be all about the philosophy of, do we play to win, or do we play to, please Sean McDermott's father and please Joe Johnson of, the year 2000. you know what I'm saying? Like who are we doing this for at this point? We have to ask that question. So, I'm nervous. I'm nervous because this is a pivotal game for the Bills. Again, if you lose this game and then you have to go to Pittsburgh the following week, have the Bills had 2 away games in a row yet?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think they've had two away games yet. So when the Bills lost 2 in a row, they lost at home and then they lost in Atlanta, right? If the Bills lose in Houston, they got to go to Pittsburgh. Aaron Rodgers is 1 week removed. Well, technically, he'll be 2 weeks removed at that point in time from whatever his injury is this week, and not removed per se, but he will have dealt with it for 2 weeks and been used to it by now, to allow him to at the very least play better than he would, if he plays this season or this coming week. But my point in saying all that is, your next 4 or 5 games are not easy. Not easy at all. You're looking at Texans, at Steelers, then you got the Bengals coming here with Joe Burrow. Then you got the Patriots right after that. Right? That 4-game stretch is going to tell you everything that you need to know about where this team is going to finish the season at. And it is as much as, and this kind of upset me earlier this morning, listening to Jeremy, just kind of go off about how great this team looked. Like,
They were excited.
They
were excited.
They lost their best corner. I'm sorry. Like, we saw how it looked with us when Christian Benford didn't play. Like, Miami beat us by 17 when Christian Benford didn't play. And that's our best corner. Right? So let's temper that. And even for those of you that are saying, well, we got Max Hairston. Okay, Max Hairston played 36 snaps in the last game.
50%. Him and Trey, exactly 50%.
Right? So, I mean, realistically, you saw a defense that we played that, I guess, in a sense, was easier to play because the offense of the Bucs was operating with their 3rd and 4th best receiver in that game. And that's really all they had. Cade Otton is not a receiving tight end. You know what I'm saying? They had to score touchdowns throwing the ball to their running back, for crying out loud. So again, for as much as we saw Baker Mayfield and saw the way he played earlier in the season when he had Mike Evans and he had some of his other weapons, Jalen McMillan, playing. There's context in this Buccaneers game that I can't ignore when I'm talking about the team's prospects going forward, through this Texans game. We hope and we pray. You know what I'm saying? But I can't say with any certainty that what we saw on Sunday is going to carry over.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just looking at stats, and they're not very good on third down. They're not good on fourth down. So if we can get them to the later downs and force them to be one dimensional, that might be your win
For their offense, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just trying to figure out what they do. They don't really blitz often. They let their front four do all the work. I mean, we're actually comparable with blitzing percentage. I think they're like 15th and we're 16th or something like that. So this game isn't undoable. It's not a game that we have to be worried about, but it's a game that we have to worry about our own team. What are they going to play? Are they going to play the way we've seen them play with the Chiefs and the way we saw them play yesterday, offense and defensively respectively? Or are we going to get a shell of the team that we've been watching that sits back and lets Josh Allen do everything again? And I don't want to sit here and give you the Stephon Diggs you sure when Coleman gets benched again and we see him fall back to earth.
Yeah.
Because I said, well, we got it now. But I mean, on the radio, they're spewing. I mean, it's irresponsible. You're spewing because Keon's not playing now. We're great. No, you had one guy go. Tyro Shavers go for 90 yards. The rest of them did what they always do. 30 yards between two guys. You had your best wide receiver didn't even register a yard. Your top tight end didn't play. Dawson Knox had one good catch, and then he almost got killed on the other one. I mean, I thought he was going. I was like, man, when he landed, like he was just like flat. I'm like, that ain't good. But
wait, Roy, were you even paying attention, bro? Where is that comment at? What did he say? He said, holy shit, we've gone the entire show and I haven't heard Aaron Sarkis say the word fantasy. I'm impressed. He must not have been watching the whole show. We talked about that earlier, like about an hour ago, when we were talking about how you barely touch your fantasy.
Did we say it on the show? Oh, we did say in the beginning he might have turned in late because also we were talking about my phone.
Yeah.
He might not have been there yet. Yeah, he missed it. That's
cool. What it was.
That's
okay.
all right.
All right. Well,
thanks for rocking with us, Roy.
Thank you, Roy. Fantasy. I want to get to this comment here. It says, when the Bills went to 4 straight Super Bowls, we had a stud quarterback, running back, and wide receiver. We have 2 of the 3. Something is missing. Thoughts?
No.
No thoughts?
No, no, I don't agree with that. Well, I agree, but you're missing something huge. You don't have Bruce Smith. You don't have Daryl Talley. You don't have Cornelius Bennett. You don't have Nate Odoms. You don't have Henry Jones. You don't have, Shane Conley. You don't have none of those guys. You don't have Seals. You don't have, I can keep going. Phil Hansen.
Of course.
Jeff Wright.
The defensive-minded guy would have a comment about the defensive players that were not mentioned. Of course.
But no, I mean, I get it. Yeah, because protect systems. I'm sorry. I'm going to say protect the system because it just rolls off the tongue. I do know where you're going with that, and you're right. I've been screaming for a wide receiver to the point where I can't scream to the wide receiver anymore. It's just not going to happen. We're in the age where we're like, oh, Mecole Hardman, yes. Joshua Palmer, yes. When in fact, neither one of those guys should be a yes. They should be like, all right, whatever. What else you got? Which is what Jeremy and Joe are getting into when they were asked why they're bitching. Because we're wondering what else you got.
Right.
You gave us the appetizer.
Yeah.
But this ain't I'm not eating the press on the beer cheese for dinner.
Right.
I'm eating while I'm waiting for my steak. When does the steak come?
Yep.
You said the kicker was ish. Yeah, that's true. Especially the first one.
Steve says, so the Bills can only look like it's 2021 when we play a lackluster roster like ours. And even then, it's not guaranteed. Great. If only there was a podcast being honest pointing this out from day one. I wish.
Tell me where to subscribe.
Right.
Because I'll subscribe to that one.
I'll give him a thumbs up and everything, man.
Gabe Davis, get out of here, too.
Damn it, Tommy. We went the whole show only having to say his name twice. And here you come. God, where's my button?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
Jeez.
That's all right.
Look. Here's I'll say this about Gabe Davis.
Mm-hmm.
For what he was asked to do, he just came in and he did his job, and that is all you should ever expect from a number 4 wide receiver. I don't think that's too much to ask. Just come in, catch a couple of slants, and catch a dig route, you're good. That's it. Three catches. I don't know how many total targets he got. How many total targets he have in there?
Who's that?
13.
4.
Yeah,
four targets. Yep.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So I mean that's really all I need to say about 13 is I really think that. Oh my God!
I really hate he got his number back.
I want
to see him like 89 or something like that.
Yes.
Just something egregious, like
something that speaks more to his role on the team.
You can't be there. Like we were placeholder. We knew he was coming back. That's why they left it alone.
Right.
He should have been like 83. That's no. That's Andre Reed. 84.
84?
Yeah, he could have been like, I don't know. We probably have
a tight end number. That's a tight end number. Yeah.
Just ugly.
Yeah.
With the long floppy
like
sleeves.
Josh Reed.
With the sleeves that just hang down. That's not even.
Oh my gosh, man. So I thought about this.
Uh-huh.
And this is just kind of a random thought because we only got a few minutes left here.
Mm-hmm. That's all right.
The uniforms. We've had these uniforms for how long now? When did they switch these out?
I don't even know what. I don't know. Because literally, let me tell you the story of how this worked out yesterday.
Okay.
I'm watching the game and Ken's like, why are they wearing that? I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, that's not the usual uniform. And I'm like, get out of here, kid. You don't know nothing about football anyway. You don't watch it. He said, yeah. Now he plays mad. He said, that's not the right helmet. I'm like, huh? I'm like, yes, it is. He's like, no, it's not. They wear the blue one with the red line. I'm like, wait, let me look what they got on. I really don't pay attention to what they have on. I have no idea what they wear half the time. I know they got the 1973 O.J. Simpson helmet pretty much, but the rest of it, I don't know what difference is.
Yeah, I agree, Nate. They need to retire 13 for Stevie. I don't know why they didn't do it. So their last major uniform redesign was in 2011.
They're due.
Yeah. So yep, they brought back the white. Okay, so 2011. So yeah, so I think 15 years later, they're going into a new stadium. What do you think about not bringing back, but redesigning the 90s uniforms in some way, shape, or fashion? Like doing away with the white helmets. Let's find something that works with a blue jersey, red helmet, white pants.
I mean, I honestly want to go into something new, like something completely new.
So like change the colors?
You can see, I mean, you could keep the same colors, just maybe a different scheme, different layout, different design. It's just too traditional.
You want a damn blue helmet, don't you?
I do. But I wasn't gonna say it.
Blue helmet.
I do want a blue helmet. But I'm never gonna get my blue helmet. So I'm just gonna say I want to go into the new stadium with some kind of new flavor. I want to carry something into the future, you know, not go back again.
Yeah, especially like if we don't win the Super Bowl this year, I don't want to see these uniforms in a new stadium. I like, not that I'm superstitious or anything like that, but I think at times atmosphere does play a big role in how our level of confidence, our sense of self, our outlook on life. Like we mimic what we're in. You know what I'm saying? So if you're carrying into a new stadium the same old look, you either need to change your head coach so that the players on the team have a much different outlook and everything inside the building looks different and feels different, or maybe try changing the uniforms if you're not going to fire Sean McDermott. Give me one of the two, and I think I'll back off. Well, yeah, for 2026.
Nate said he really likes the black and red. I say the only thing that goes from this stadium to the new stadium is Reed's tailgate tee.
Gotta be
Reed's tailgate
because it's been there every Sunday.
I mean, we got it outside. We got to get it inside. I mean, how do we do this? We got to get it inside.
Hey, yo.
I'll accept that. But why do we want it? Because why in between drinking the beers and the cold and the rain, the elements is still, I know it's 65% covered, but what about the ones in there? In between.
It's true.
You need a refreshing, delicious, healthy drink. I don't know what Reed's does for hangovers. I haven't tested that theory yet, but I will. I'll let you know what happens. But in the meantime, I don't drink tea, but let me tell you, this is one I might pick up. What are you doing? Head over to Reed's Tea. Get yourself supplied by the case or individual. Why would you do that? Get yourself a case. You won't be disappointed. But what do I know? See for yourself. Reed's Tea. Click the link in the description below and use the code PPP to let them know who sent you.
All right, let's get it. we need thumbs. We need these bad boys right here. Like, bow, bow, bow. Click that thumb. Let us know that you like what you heard, like what you saw, like what you the feeling, the vibe that we got going on here. You don't have to, but it would be greatly appreciated. If you want, you also want to do something that is, kind of for us, but more so for you. You can hit that subscribe button. You could, right? I mean, that'll make us pop up on your home screen. I don't know how you would feel about that, but that's, it's just something,
added bonus, like doing.
Of course. Something else that is only for you. If you one of those people, like if you're an only child or something like that, or you just want to do something that's solely for you, and you feel like, I got this all to myself, hit that bell. Make that thing
ring-a-ling-a-ling
so that you can get notifications when we send notifications like Post Podium Conversations will be at you on Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. sharp. And we will be actually, if you guys want to, give me an idea of who you want to hear from. Is there a specific person's press conference you want to go through? Maybe you want to hear from Bobby Babbage. Maybe you want to do another presser with Joe Brady. Let me know.
We're not doing Keon. It's not happening.
No, we're not.
It's not happening.
Definitely not.
It's too short, and it's just stirring the pot.
And definitely not Gabe Davis. If somebody says that in the chat, I swear on everything I love, I'm hitting the end stream button right now.
I think Tommy's going to say it.
Yeah, right. He's preparing for his show where he's going to say Gabe Davis like millions of times there. Big game, Gabe. I can hear it now. I
got to see how I can watch this because it's going to be funny.
Yeah. Protect System says we should have kept Edmonds. It was he was the tally.
I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Yeah, I would definitely take that. Yeah, go Bills. All right, we got to get out of here. Thank you so much for everybody who watched. This has been the Post Podium Podcast, home of the all truth, no sodium takes. For our producer, Daniel, I am your co-host, Aramis.
This is 40 Keys. Whoever you are, hold the door open for me.
I love that because he's going to be streaking in there, man, flames and everything. All right, y'all have a great night. Peace.
Deuces.